All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Luke, and this is my first podcast. It's called the Black Sheep Podcast. I am a content creator, creative, trying to figure out my way in this world. Um, and this is my friend Dylan.
Hi.
He's a writer. I will let him more properly introduce himself, but I have asked him to do this first podcast with me to talk a little bit about writing.
Thanks, Luke. Um, Honored to be here. You hadn't mentioned the name of your podcast before this moment, so that's
Oh,
cool. I love that.
surprise.
Yeah, and so happy to be here for your first ever podcast recording. Yeah, so I'm Dylan. I'm a queer trans man and writer based in Brooklyn, New York. I do all kinds of different writing. I'm a freelance copywriter. I also write about writing and navigating the feelings of writing on my Substack. I'm also an avid journaler. Like writing is just something that takes up so much of my time and attention and heart. And Yeah, so I'm here to talk about that.
Perfect. Great. So I guess the first question that I would have for you is when and what made you become interested in writing?
Hmm. Um, I've been writing forever. Like I remember writing in high school, like my friends and I would pass these like really long, elaborate notes with each other in the hallways, and like I would write these like very like in middle school when I like knew that I was queer but like wasn't out yet. I would write these um very I mean, I think about them now and it's like, oh, a little cringe and a little cute, but like just, poured all those feelings into like bad poetry and like that sort of thing. But yeah, I guess like more recently, like um no one ever told me that like writing was something I could do. It's something that I got people like told me I was good at it a lot. Like I had teachers who said I was good at it and my, parents really encouraged it and stuff, but like not as like a career or like a thing that I could do for money or do for work or like take more seriously. Um, so I actually went into book publishing and I was a copy editor, proofreader in that industry. And then in 2022, I got let go from my job as part of like a round of mass layoffs and I started journaling again. Like I had always been journaling, but I started like really spending time in my journaling practice and I did Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way and that really influenced that. Um, and the more that I wrote and the more that I wrote about writing, the more I feel like I started to kind of like unearth that identity as a writer. Um, and then it was kind of like once I was like getting in touch with that, I like couldn't I couldn't not know it anymore. So I just sort of like kept leaning into it. So I was journaling more and then I was like, I want to be doing more of this. So I started writing about my experience with writing and like my interest in like um personal growth and like social psychology and like that sort of thing on just an email list. Um, and then that I did that for a while and I was like, oh, I want more of this. So I started like reaching out for copywriting gigs and applying to that sort of thing and just sort of like has kept expanding from there. And now I feel like if there's anything I will be doing for the rest of my life, it is writing. Like I can't not
That's
do it now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not like a monetary thing, I feel like it's just like it's
Yeah,
it kind of leads into my next question perfectly, which
please.
is like, do you consider writing healing?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, right, I consider it healing, but it's also been like there are tons of there's tons of research and tons of studies out there about the the role of writing and art in general and like our health and healing. James Pennebaker writes about I mean, he's written tons of books, but like he writes about the impact of writing on our physical health. Like There's all sorts of studies about that. I don't have any of those handy, so I can only talk about my experience. Um, but yeah, I think, um, yeah, I think, right. When I'm writing a marketing email for a company, that's not particularly healing for me. But when I am journaling, when I'm writing fiction, when I'm writing poetry, when I'm writing essays about navigating my big feelings in writing and like my journaling practice, that's all that feels very healing to me. I think yeah, I mean, when I started like journaling again in 2022, I was navigating having gotten laid off. I had just gotten married. There was like a lot of change and a lot of um, uncertainty that I had to kind of parse through. Um, and I think like all of that, yeah, sort of led to me like getting clear on what my values are, getting clear on what I actually want, getting clear on what I thought I want that I don't actually want, like getting clear on what my goals are and what um, you know, journaling as like a place where I can like show up and like write about what I'm angry about and write about what I'm sad about and write about feeling like a piece of shit and also write about, feeling like the most powerful person I know, like all of these things and just like I don't know, it was like practice. It was like practice acknowledging my like experience. And it was also practice like acknowledging my experience without judging that experience and being able to like show up on the page and just like love the version of myself that was showing up that day. And I think prior to that, prior to that moment, and especially like high school, college, being like new in my queerness and navigating that, like there's just so much self-criticism and self-hate and shame and stuff that like I still struggle with. I still work through and with, but like being able to write and get to a place where like I could be totally honest about how I was feeling and not immediately rip myself to shreds for feeling that way. That was incredibly healing. And I think that like for me, it's also bled off the page where like because I've practiced listening to what I want and what I need and what my experiences are on the page, I've gotten like clear on my values on the page. I've gotten, clear about what I'm curious about, what I'm interested in. Like then when I'm navigating the real world and I'm not writing, I'm better at like, oh, this actually doesn't feel good to me. Like I need to get out of this, this interaction or like, oh, I actually didn't like what that person said. Like I need to speak up about that or, um, you know, whatever it is. I feel like there's like more um empathy for what I'm go like for myself in a situation and also for other people that I feel like that's healing. That's
Yeah, I
healing.
mean, I
Yes.
think like in therapy, they're like, don't hold it in. Like it's not
Right.
healthy to like hold it in. And I feel like it's like it's like a way to express it and kind of get it out. And it's like, how they say sometimes, like people say sometimes, like if you're angry at someone, like write them an email and then just never send it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it's a way, it's like a release,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think that's yes. Yes. I also think that like um being able to write about something right, this is writing it more generally. We don't have to just talk about journaling, but it's been such a big part of my journey that like it's something I come back to routinely and it's something I still do most days. And so like being able to like come to the page and like work through something sometimes helps me be ready to talk about it in real life. Like and I recently did a Q&A on my Substack with Adriana Nine. And this is something she talked about too, that like journaling is like a I forget what she called it exactly, but like it's a first step where like, okay, maybe like I want to talk about something with my therapist, right? But I like can't get myself to say it yet, or I'm like not ready to say it yet. Like I can go to my journal first and start to like parse through some of that. And like no one has to know about it, no one has to see it, no one has to read it. Like I can practice, I can like write like I feel XYZ about this thing. And then in the next breath be like, actually that's not quite true. It's not that. It's like it's more this. And I can kind of like work through that a little bit. And also just with get comfortable with my own feeling about something. And then when I'm ready, I can take it off the page and talk to my
Yeah.
therapist about it, or like right, or maybe there's something I want to talk with my friend about that I haven't said, or like a boundary I need to set that I'm afraid to set. Like I can come to the page and write about it and back myself there first, and also get more comfortable, and I can get an understanding of why this thing is important to me or whatever it is, and then bring that off the page.
Yeah,
And sometimes I think to your point, like if you're angry at someone, write an angry email and then don't send it, or like write a letter and then burn it, right? Like everyone's
yeah,
heard that. I think that that happens too. There are times where I bring something to my journal and I write about it, and then I'm like, oh, actually, I don't need to bring this to the person. Like I
yeah,
thought I needed to like talk this out, or I thought I needed to like set this boundary, or I thought I needed to do XYZ. I'm like, actually, I just needed to acknowledge that it's a feeling I was having, and that my experience was like real and valid, and maybe there are steps that I can take to back myself moving forward, but like it's actually not about this other person at all,
right.
you know? And
It,
like not always, but I think that does happen.
yeah. Or it's just
Yeah,
like
it gives me space
it's
between
not the
like
first time you it's not the first time you're saying it to somebody. When you write it first, then
right,
it's okay, it takes away that fear of like, this is the first time I'm saying this out loud.
right,
Yeah.
right. It's also just that space. Like, excuse me, I feel like there's that like um this was like one of the early things that I like feel like I started to spend time with in therapy, and like when I was first kind of like getting into like self-improvement, but like just not having a miserable life. I don't know how to like say it in a different way, but like was just like incorporating space between a feeling and a reaction. Because like when I was younger, it would just be like I'm angry and so I would snap at someone, or I was hurt and I would snap at someone, or I was disappointed and I would just cut someone off. Like it just was very like quick
Yeah.
reactions to people, and that left very little room for communication, conversation, understanding, curiosity. Like to just
Yeah.
didn't come. And I think like that the writing in my journal is a great space to make space
Yeah.
where like nothing is going to happen if I sit with this for a second.
Right.
Right. And like for me, it's like it's safe to sit with this feeling of whatever it is, like this difficult feeling. I can sit with this for a second. I don't have to like immediately take action on it or like announce it to the world or whatever. I can just can sit with this. And it's also like the space is where the like initial like big feeling actually um, settles down into something more meaningful that I can do something with. Like if I feel anger and then I just like respond in anger to someone, I'm probably not responding to the thing that actually bothered me, right? But if I can like incorporate space, bring that anger to my journal, write about it, like it's like, oh, you were angry because you felt disrespected, or you were angry because you felt left out. You felt hurt, actually. We weren't angry. It wasn't angry so much as it was hurt. And so like, and
Right.
that's a different conversation, right? To be
Yeah.
able to say to someone like, oh, that thing you did like hurt me in this way
Right.
versus like, I'm angry and so like, fuck you. Like, like
Yeah.
it's a very
Yeah.
different
It lets you
interaction. And
like
I
see the
think,
full picture of
yeah,
the yeah.
exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think that writing has been like a huge part of like helping me understand that in a
Right.
very like tangible way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Um, let me see. We kind of answered like three questions in my list.
Oops.
No, it's great. It's great. It's natural. Um,
I stay yapping. If you need me to like stop and redirect me, please feel free to stop and redirect me.
no, you're answering all the questions without even me asking them, so it's perfect. Um, Let me see. So, um, do you have a writing process, or like has it changed over time? Does it depend on what you're like, what topic you're writing about that your process changes?
The answer is probably yes. I probably have a process. For some reason, I really resist processes. Like
Okay.
I'll read someone else's writing about like how they detail out their process, and I'm like, I resist it so hard. But I think the answer is like probably yes. Like it's true that when I write in my journal, I usually start all of my entries the same way.
Mhm.
I write the date. I write the date on like the in the corner, and then on my actual like first line of the entry, I'll write the time and the day of the week, and then like um usually like a single word to like encompass how I'm feeling in that moment. So it might be like July 16th, 2026, 11:46 a.m. Thursday, feeling excited to be talking to Luke. Or usually I write kind of first thing in the morning, and so it's usually like groggy or like having a hard time waking up or that sort of thing. Um, and that's true of like all every entry. And then I'm a big stream of consciousness journaler, so I like just kind of like write down my thoughts and feelings as they come, and um but then right, I usually end every session with like, I love you, I'm proud of you, you're doing great. Um some sort of like reassurance like that. So like that's probably a process. But like I don't like think like, okay, this is my process. It just
Yeah.
like it's what I've figured out that works for me. I think with and yeah, I think that that's probably true for everything when I'm writing. Um, when I am writing for my copywriting clients, there's usually a kind of like first draft I do that no one sees, where I like try to think of like one person that would be reading this, marketing email or whatever it is, and like really kind of write like a letter to them. Um, that helps me just sort of like I use way too many words. I like put the whole thing, into perspective. Like I make it like so like direct, and then my second draft, which is actually the first draft people see, I like sort of like polish that up and like make it more yeah, less like a letter from me, the copywriter, and more,
Right. Yeah.
right. And so that's sort of a similar process. I think other things like, yeah, it's funny. I think actually it's possible that what I said about my journaling practice, where I like kind of start with where I am, is like sort of how I start
Mhm.
all of my writing, even if that doesn't then make it into the final draft. Like often I will start my essays to my Substack subscribers with like where I am, how I'm feeling, what's true for me in this moment, and then work my way into what I'm actually trying to say. And sometimes I keep that part in,
Right.
and sometimes I take it out and just start with what I'm trying to say. Um, and then there are different things that I use. Like sometimes if I know that I want to write something that's a little more instructional, like I sometimes do when I'm writing about journaling and like um, process and practice in that realm. There's a framework that I picked up from. I read it first in Ben Swire's book called. Let me look this up. And called Safe Danger. Safe Danger. It's about creativity and fostering connection through creativity in the workplace. Um, So there's a section towards the end where he like talks about how he runs facilitated experiences, and he lays out the framework, which he got from someone else, and I don't remember who he got it from, but it's tell them what you're going to tell them the thing, and then tell them what you told them. And so if I'm writing something more instructional, I will like pull that framework into the mix of like preface by telling them what you're going to tell them, like put an introduction there, and then tell them the thing that you're here to tell them, and then tell them what you told them, like wrap it up, make it very clear. So there are like, things like that that I bring in depending on the kind of piece that I'm working on and like that sort of thing. Um, but the process, I don't know. I mean, right, it sounds like there's something there, but I haven't actually spent a lot of time like
Yeah,
detailing what my
I
process
mean,
is.
I think that's like I'm like for me, I connect to that so deeply because I always thought I was such a planner, and now unpacking my ADHD brain, I'm like anything but a
Mhm.
plan, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I find that when I sit down and I'm like, okay, like this is how you're gonna do this. I'm like,
Like
like the
just
second
like
that I like
yeah,
see it like that way, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't write under these conditions. Like
yeah.
I can't do it. I don't know what you want.
How dare I put these rules on myself?
Right. Right. Is there a like process, not a process that you do follow when you write? Not to like take the
No,
mic from
no,
you, but
I think that's a great question. It's like I think I mean the reason for everybody listening, I had to ask Dylan to record this live on Google Meets for us to post this because if I had to do any editing, it would never get posted.
right.
So,
Yeah. Done is better than perfect.
right. Um, so with my writing, I do like I have different ways of kind of just like letting it get out and be not perfect. So like
Hmm.
sometimes
Hmm.
I do like voice to text or
Hmm.
I just to like because I can't physically type it out. Something like it won't it's not flowing that way. So then I just have to speak it.
Hmm.
So I have different processes like that to kind of just like allow me to get it out. Or sometimes I do point form and then later I'll turn it into sentences. Or just it's more for me trying to find different way. Like I have so many my brain doesn't turn off.
Hmm.
So I have so many ideas. I have like 12 unfinished articles right now that I'm wanting to post on my Medium.
I have like 130 ideas in
Yeah.
drafts. Just like
But I have like
said.
so I have a lot of ideas like that too, but like I have like three-quarters of an essay done,
Yeah.
half of an essay done here, a quarter done there, like a third
Yeah.
done there. Like they're all over the place.
Hmm.
And I have to like I want this. I want to be a writer, but I almost have to like it come there's so many things. It's like is this productive if I'm not getting paid yet? But I want to be paid. And these are all
Sure.
conversations that kind of go into many different
Yeah.
realms. But I think that like learning that like it does matter. It is
Hmm.
healing. I
Hmm.
I like people should hear what I want to say, like what I have to say.
Hmm.
Um like I deserve to have a voice, whether people read it or not.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a
It
matter of
sounds,
just like sitting down and like doing it.
yeah. I mean, it sounds like you are already a writer. Like if you have all those drafts and you have all those ideas, like it's not, I mean, writers deserve to be paid. But getting paid is not the thing that makes you a writer.
Exactly.
Um, and there are lots of different ways to get paid as a writer, right? There's like the book deal that gets you in advance, and there's, a paid subscriber that pays you $5 a month, and there's, writing ebooks and things that are like downloadables, and like there's and being a copywriter, like that's also
Yeah.
writing in its own way. And um, I think what you said about I think what you said about recognizing when the words aren't flowing when you're trying to write, and so finding a different way just to like get the words down is really interesting. And I think that's actually something that um, I think that that's something that maybe does feed into my process, not process, where like I don't often do voice to text or bullet form or that sort of thing. I guess sometimes I do. But um, but usually for me, the thing that helps me get the words out is by falling back on the way that I journal, which is like just what's true for you right now. And
Yeah.
sometimes that's like the thought, the like idea that I'm here to write about, or sometimes that's I will, in order to like start writing, I have to write. Like, I want to write an essay about this thing, but I sat down and my mind went blank. And now I feel like, what's the point? And I know this is my perfectionism just creeping up to stop, but I have to write like all of that before I can actually get into like, and now the essay I wanted to write, like that,
Yeah.
getting the words to flow is actually about like getting any words to flow.
I remember you telling me once, like when I started journaling, you said to me, just write out, I don't know what to write right now. I don't know what to write now. And just like, oh, and like
Yep.
I think I did that and I wrote it twice and then I started to blurt
And then
out.
it was there. Yeah. Yeah.
It took two times of writing that.
When the words aren't coming, it
Yeah.
feels like a total like wall. It feels like a
Yeah.
total brick wall of like I cannot get to the other side.
Yeah.
And it's like because like the words that you want to be writing aren't there yet.
Yeah.
But if you let any words come, I
Yeah.
don't know what to write right now. I don't know what to write right now. I don't know what to write right now. I don't know. Eventually you like end up on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
And sometimes you know exactly when it happens, and other times you don't. Then you're like, oh, here we are.
Yeah.
What a nice place on the other side of this wall. Like,
I
wow.
think now I'm having the issue of I have too many thoughts. I don't know how to organize them and actually get out what I want to say. And that's where
Mm,
the voice to text helps me a lot because like I can't speak and think and do all at the same time. That I can.
sure, sure.
Multitasking is not a thing, but my brain working is I don't want to know what's in there, even though I
Yeah,
know what's in there.
right, right. Yeah, I think I think that's probably true for a lot of writers. The like
Yeah, wouldn't be
And I
surprised.
think I've heard people talk about this as like part of their process, which again, I'm like, I don't know, but it's probably true for me that I do it too. Of like, there are times when I'm ideating, and there are times when I'm writing, and there are times when I'm looking through all my drafts and being like, do any of these things connect? Like,
Yeah,
I'm like actually looking for connections, and like all of that falls into probably the process of writing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, wild. Alrighty. So, just for the last thing, do you have anything? I mean, you kind of plugged it a little bit, which is great, but is there anything that you're working on now that you would like to promote or let
Oh
people know
boy.
for all of the two people that will be watching this?
No, I hope it's
Me
more
and
than
you.
that. And also I hope that like people find this, well after you're like established in your podcast, and like
Hope so too.
this is something people get to find. Anything that I'm working on right now. Um, so yeah, I just opened up. This is like writing adjacent. I guess it's not actually writing, but I just opened up a few spots for one-on-one journaling support, which is something that I've done before. You and I have done this
Yeah.
before, but I haven't been doing it for a long time, so I'm just kind of coming back to it. Um, so that's something. If you're interested in that, you can find out more. You can find out more about me and all of my work on my website, which is dylanmichaeljulian.com. Um, you can find my Substack there. You can find all my essays there. You can find out about my copywriting and my journaling support there. One thing I'll say about the journaling support is that it is not like sitting down and journaling together. It's more like thinking through the blocks to journaling you might have. And I think for some people, it's about like not knowing what to write or not knowing how to like make it a habit, which is it's like part of it, but like the point of journaling is not just to like check it off. So there's some like reimagining work that we'll do there, so that you can then like journal and connect with yourself the way that you want to and not get hung up on things like, am I doing this right? So that's the big thing that I'm working on right now. I do also, I'm open for collaborations. I'm open for copywriting gigs. If you need some words, I've probably got them. So
I'm gonna put all of your links in the description. Is that what you say
okay,
on
cool.
nowadays?
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, that's great. All right, well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you.
Of
Thank you for
hope.
having me. I feel like the conversation was just getting started.
I know there could have been so much more. We could have gone in so many different directions. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a part 2 someday.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
a part 2.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Luke.